welcome to MSNBC Now. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the current Ebola epidemic is the largest outbreak in history, affecting multiple countries in West Africa. Currently, there have been 4 confirmed cases of Ebola virus within 1 month in the United States, with only 1 resulting in death. Our correspondent Nicole joins us from Harrisonburg today, where a press conference is being held on this issue.
Thanks, Jennifer. I'm here at James Madison University, where a White House press conference concerning U.S. decisions to combat the Ebola virus will soon commence. Recently, Republican leaders have been criticized for nationalizing the Ebola virus issue in light of the upcoming election by declaring mandatory quarantines and further measures vital to protect the lives of U.S. citizens. As the conference progresses, we expect to see how Republican Senate and House representatives react to these claims and provide justification for heightening the issue, as well as how new criticisms may be turned on the White House team. Republican House Speaker John Boehner began the press conference by predictably claiming that President Obama has failed to lead on the crisis of Ebola. Boehner feels that Obama should hold civilian healthcare workers and all visitors of West Africa to the same standard as U.S. troops on the 21-day quarantine policy. He announced his idea of an effective 3-step plan involving a travel ban, security of the border, and experienced health officials being appointed to the leadership on the Ebola crisis, all in an attempt to combat and eventually stop the epidemic.
Congressman Goodlatte has called for Secretary of State John Kerry to make a call that no non-citizen will receive treatment in the United States. That's basic common sense. This is just like President Obama not to lead on the border. We've already experienced this with the migrant children issue.
I'm glad to see Speaker Boehner has decided to again bring comprehensive immigration reform into his discussion in the House. And he's bringing his past leadership on this issue that has fared him so well, especially in this urgent time.
President Obama not only hires bad appointees, he makes the American people believe that they are good appointees.
When asked whether he believes his policies would dissuade citizens from volunteering to help combat the disease, Boehner somewhat sidestepped the question by restating his purpose in the issue.
If the United States military believes that a quarantine is right for the United States military personnel, I believe it's right for the American people. I want to make sure people are safe, and that is my #1 priority.
Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell followed the speech by also criticizing Obama's lack of leadership on the issue.
Governor Christie did what was right and what was responsible, so I do think that in this case it is responsible to quarantine people for a minimum of 21 days.
Previous reports on McConnell have stated his belief that we should listen to what the CDC thinks in terms of financing, travel, and procedures, and all the rest. But in today's press conference, McConnell changed his opinion on the CDC last minute.
In saying that we need a temporary travel ban, you're kind of going against CDC here. At what point did you change your opinion on this, or is this just you saying your own opinion?
Yeah, my opinion actually just changed today.
President Obama stated that his main goal today is to stop the epidemic at its source and ultimately provide safety for all American people. He explained that a strong defense against fear is knowledge, and that this can be achieved through addressing questions to our Congress people and the CDC. Obama addressed the uselessness of the Republican-supported travel ban with expert advice that there is no evidence this ban will prevent the spread of the disease.
At this point in time, it would be a feel-good measure that would ultimately not result in it being feel-good. This flight ban would actually disrupt Americans' lives more so than staying the current path.
Today, Obama appointed Dr. Anthony Fauci as the lead Ebola health coordinator. As a director from the National Institute of Health, he is responsible for overseeing procedures, responses, and public information campaigns. I had a chance to briefly sit down and talk to her about her plans for this position.
It's a complicated issue, but we do have a few strategies. First of all, we would like to increase the educational output from our administration, including educating hospitals and healthcare workers.
Thanks, Nicole. Over the coming months, we will see how this issue eventually plays out and what possible influence it will have on Republican leaders in the upcoming elections. Thank you for joining us on MSNBC Now, and have a great evening.